everyone, and welcome to another how to cook tutorial with yours truly, the tiny Italian, in my little Peckham kitchen. So in the last few weeks I've shown you how to master the art of risotto. I've also given you great tips on how to cook pasta perfectly, and last week we talked all about tin tomatoes and how to create that beautiful red juicy sauce that I love so much. So today we're going to be talking to you about another great Italian ingredient, and that is, guys, polenta. Today is all about polenta. Now some of you might be thinking, what is it? I don't know what to do with it. I've never heard of it before. Well, that's why I'm here to tell you all the things that you need to know about polenta. So how would you describe polenta? Well, the way I would describe polenta, it's like the Italian's equivalent of a hot buttery mashed potato. I don't know about you, but I love a mashed potato, so comforting. So for many Italians, especially in the northern central region, polenta does that job. It's that thing. The difference is that polenta isn't made out of potato. It's made from, well, polenta is boiled grounded cornmeal. And a little fact for you, before pasta actually made its mark in Italy, before it even existed, in those northern territories, it was polenta that was their staple food. That's what they were eating day in, day out. So it means a lot to them. And it's basically, this bad boy can be now cooked up. There's so many delicious recipes. I've done my research the last couple of weeks. There is so much you can do with this grain, and that is what I'm going to be showing you today. So before we cook this bad boy, I just want to say again, so polenta is grounded cornmeal. So it's perfect for people that are gluten-free, celiac, any kind of food intolerance. It's a great carb substitute. You can find it coarse, which is polenta bramata. You can find it fine, which is polenta fino. You can find white polenta. You can find yellow polenta. But I have to say, it is easier to find the yellow coarser type here in the UK. Traditionally, it is usually made in a copper pot. It's got a special name, but I can't remember it right now. And it's usually stirred with a wooden stick or spoon. And traditionally, apparently, you could be stirring it for hours. But even though I love to do things like properly, I ain't got 3 hours to be like stirring some polenta. So I'm going to be showing you how to make various types of polenta dishes with instant polenta. So let's get some polenta cooking on. Important tip. So I'm going to be using the traditional method of just using water to cook my polenta, but you could also use half water, half milk. But the important thing is that you must always have 4 times as much liquid as there is to polenta. So I'm using 200 grams of polenta. So in here, I've got 800 mils of water, boiling water from the kettle. So I'm going to pour that in now. Next, when your water is boiling in your pan, now you've got to season it generously with salt. So let's turn back here. I've got some beautiful Italian sea salt. That's it. So now we're going to add our polenta to our boiling salted water. You don't just chuck it in all in one go. You've got to do it slowly while stirring your water in your pan at exactly the same time. So there's some major skills here. So here we go. So I've added my polenta in. I'm just stirring it vigorously. And then, this is when it starts boiling again, which it is, I'm going to turn it down. Stir it. I'll stir it for a couple more minutes. Now, you turn it down to the lowest heat and you just leave, and you put a lid on it, and then you just leave it for about 10 minutes. Make sure it doesn't get, keep on checking that it's not getting stuck on the bottom, but leave it for 10 minutes and it will do its thing. So about 10 minutes is up. So if you can see in here, look how lovely and fluffy that is. It's just like mashed potato, but it ain't potato. And like a mashed potato, you add a bit of butter. I'm going to also add a little bit of parmesan because this is what they do. This is how they have it when they serve it, piping hot. So as you can see, it resembles mashed potatoes. You could have this with like braised meats or stews, just like you would with mashed potato. Don't like when you have sausage and gravy or something like that. It's exactly the same thing, but it's just made out of cornmeal, and it's just got a little bit of dairy in here now. But if you're dairy intolerant, you don't need to put it in, and just serve it like that. Look at that. Lovely. Just lovely. So the second way to serve polenta is you let it set and cool down. So I've got here a baking tray with a little bit of oil at the bottom so it won't stick. And I'm just going to flatten that out into here. like so. So here is my polenta in the baking tray, cooling down. Probably take a good like half an hour to an hour, but then we can make some more yumminess. Right, so my polenta has now cooled down and set, so this is very, very exciting. So let me just show you down here, my loves. So I've cut up a large slice already, can you see? It's all set, it's all come out in one large piece, which is exactly what we wanted. So you can make grilled polenta crostini. So I've just cut out some crostini sized polenta, a little bit of olive oil, brush that on top, like so. I don't want to use bread, you could use a polenta equivalent, maybe make them a little bit thinner, then you can have any topping you want, my love. And then you stick them under the grill until they're nicely brown on both sides. So you could serve this with like a lovely mushroom concoction, you know, a bit of wine, a bit of garlic, a bit of parsley, serve that on top. Or you could use these instead of bruschetta. So, right, let me just show you. That is what we're looking for. It's got slightly caught on the ends. It's because I probably took my eye off it. But beautifully crostinis to serve whatever your heart desires, my loves. You can have polenta fried, polenta frito, and here I've just cut it up into chips. I'm going to make little fried polenta chips. Look at that. Beautifully fried polenta chips. I'm just going to just put on a little bit of kitchen towel. And then I'm going to enjoy them. Or you could create what I'm going to show you now, which is like a little polenta lasagna. That's right, let's go down here now. So I've just put that large slice of polenta into this little baking dish. And now what I've got here, I made some puccini sausage sauce that I'm going to put in the middle here. I just sprinkling of parmesan, because we can, like you would with like a lasagna. And then I'm going to get the other slice and I'm going to place it on top. Like, I'm just going to brush it with a little bit of olive oil on top so it'll beautifully brown. And then I'm going to stick that in the oven so you guys can see. Can you see? It's like, to be honest, I've only got 2 layers of polenta, but if you wanted to and you had a bigger baking dish, you could do 3, 4. The world's your oyster, guys. So if any of you have found a bag of polenta and you don't know what to do, well, hopefully you find this tutorial very, very useful. And on that note, guys, I'm signing out. Have a fabulous day. Love ya. Till next time. Mwah.